Walk into the group. Spread out a little. Nice.
If I was a tree growing tall and green, all I'd want is you to shade me and be my leaves. If I was a flower growing wild and free, all I'd want is you to be my sweet honeybee. And if I was a tree growing tall and green, all I'd want is you to shade me and be my leaves. All I want is you, will you be my bride? Take me by the hand and stand by my side. All I want is you, will you stay with me? Hold me in your arms and sway me like the sea. The rumble of your water would be my call. If you were the winter, I know I'd be the snow. Just as long as you're with me when the cold winds blow. All I want is you, will you be my bride? Take me by the hand and stand by my side. All I want is you, will you stay with me? Hold me in your arms and sway me like the sea. If you were a wink, I'd be a nod. If you were a seed, well, I'd be a pod. If you were a floor, I'd wanna be the rug. And if you were a kiss, I know I'd be a hug. All I want is you, will you be my bride? Take me by the hand and stand by my side.
I'll be kind if you'll be faithful, you be sweet and I'll be grateful. Cover me with kisses, dear, lighten up the atmosphere. Keep me warm inside our bed, I got dreams of you all through my head. Fortune tell us that I'd be free, and that's the day you came to me. Came to me.
Please be seated. Dear friends and family, we're gathered here today to witness and celebrate the union of Danielle Nicole Jubick and Brian James Smith in marriage. I have known Dani since she was a little girl. Ever since or before, Pam and Bob asked us to be Dani's godparents. I've loved being her godmother and watching her grow and learn and become the unique and amazing human being that she is. Dani is so beautifully sensitive, extremely intelligent, thoughtful, kind, and compassionate. I have learned much from the way she cares for the world and all of its creatures, from the smallest to the greatest. Vince and I have always loved visiting with the whole Jubick family, Pam and Bob and Dani and Brady and now Brian. It is always fun, enjoyable, and full of the best conversations you will ever have. Sometimes, in fact, it's hard to keep up. Maybe you've experienced that yourself. Now we have the joy of seeing Dani take this important step in her life, marrying her sweetheart Brian, and taking on the world together. Brian is so easy to be with. What a beautiful human being, so pleasant and kind. And from the first time I met him, he and Dani just seemed so comfortable with each other in the best way, able to truly be themselves with each other and to enjoy each other no matter what the circumstances. They mentioned that they learned this on numerous occasions when things didn't go exactly as planned. In fact, everything seemed to be falling apart, but they didn't. they were fine and in fact enjoyed being together in those moments and were able to laugh about what happened afterward. Part of this acceptance has to do with being able to disagree with each other and to be okay with that, something we can all learn to do better. Well, there are many verses and thoughts about love in the Bible. One that is perhaps familiar to all of us is 1 Corinthians 13. I especially like the middle part where Paul lists the qualities of love. So as I read this very short passage, I'd like you to put your name wherever you hear the word love in that place and see how you're doing. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful. It is not arrogant or rude. Love does not insist on its own way. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. So how did you do?
Killed it.
All right, was that Brady? Oh. So Jesus has also given us much to think about and to live by in terms of loving one another. You know the saying, love your neighbor as yourself. Jesus taught us to care for people in need, the poor, the hungry, the outcast. These sayings, I believe, reflect Dani and Brian's commitment to the wider community. It is wonderful to see two young people who are so aware, awake, and living consciously and responsibly in the world. And Brian especially liked the verse from Micah 6:8, which I think fits them both well. But what does the Lord require of you but to do justice and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God? Dani and Brian, you are creating a wonderful example for all of us to follow. Now, near and dear to Dani and Brian's hearts, of course, are their wonderful large families, most of whom are here today, I believe, for whom they have a great love, including all the children who they simply adore. Children have a unique way of seeing things, so I'd like to share a few thoughts about love from a group of children who were asked the simple question, what does love mean? Their answers are both fun and sincere. See what you think. Rebecca, age 8, says, when my grandmother got arthritis, she couldn't bend over and paint her toenails anymore. So my grandfather does it for her all the time, even when his hands got arthritis too. That's love. Terry, age 4, says, love is what makes you smile when you're tired. Or Karen, when you love somebody, your eyelashes go up and down and little stars come out of you. Chris, age 7, says, love is when mommy sees daddy smelly and sweaty and still says he is handsomer than Robert Redford. And finally, Cindy, age 8, during my piano recital, I was on stage and I was scared. I looked at all the people watching me and I saw my daddy waving and smiling. He was the only one doing that. I wasn't scared anymore. One who taught children of all ages was a lovely man and pastor who had a TV show about a magical neighborhood. You might remember him. Dani and Brian have a way of finding beautiful sayings, and they recently found these words by Mr. Rogers. I imagine him speaking to us now in that kind, calm, gentle voice. Love isn't a state of perfect caring. It is an active noun like struggle. To love someone is to strive to accept that person exactly the way he or she is, right here and now. And then looking at the big picture, he said, in the external scheme of things, shining moments are as brief as the twinkling of an eye. Yet such twinklings are what eternity is made of. Moments when we human beings can say, I love you. I'm proud of you. I forgive you. I'm grateful for you. That's what eternity is made of. Invisible, imperishable, good stuff. Another author seems to complete his thought, because despite all our differences, love is what we all share. It's the great unifier, our one universal truth, that no matter who we are, where we've come from, or what we believe, we know this one thing. love is what we're doing right. We have all loved in our lifetimes, and in this moment we're reminded that the ability to love is the very best part of humanity. And so now, with love our one true aim, we join with Brian and Dani as they come to give their vows to each other in the strength of that love that knows no bounds, but seeks to continually lift us up to that place where we know that we are accepted and that we belong. May this spirit be the one in which Brian and Dani come now to give their vows to one another.
I really wasn't sure what to say. I never dreamed I'd find such a perfect match. And yes, that's probably because I often dream of Ryan Reynolds' dreamy abs. But what I'm trying to say, even though we're no strangers to love, you know the rules and so do I. A full commitment is what I'm going for. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just want to tell you what I'm feeling. Make you understand I'm never going to give you up. Never going to let you down. Never going to run around or desert you. Never going to make you cry. Never going to say goodbye. Never going to tell a lie and hurt you. I wrote a few real ones too. In truth, it is hard for me to put into words the joy of knowing I'll always be with you, but it's not hard to feel it. You make every day better. You're the most caring, nurturing, and compassionate individual I have ever met. You're a soldier for fairness, defender of the vulnerable, and you're exactly the kind of person who exemplifies what a bright and beautiful place this world can be. I vow to never take you for granted, to never lose sight of what an astonishingly beautiful person you are. I will do my best to be more patient, more understanding, more honest, more kind, and I will always love you as much as I do today. You are my now, my always, my forever never. I love you.
Brian, you're the person I've been looking for my whole life. You pushed me to be a better person. You help me to face my fears. And you support me when I fall short of what I expect of myself. Every day with you is fun. And even when everything around us is going wrong, we always feel right. That was perfect timing. You are my best friend, the one I trust with all my secrets and the worst parts of myself. I promise to spend the rest of my life laughing with you, to wake you up to kiss you goodnight when you fall asleep first. I promise to love you and to be brave with you. And I look forward to learning and growing into our best selves together. And I promise to fight with you like Mr. Rogers. Love you, love you, love you.
It's beautiful. So to honor your commitment that you've made to each other with your vows, you have a ring to share with each other, and I believe someone here has those rings. to say a word about the ring. These are a symbol of the vows taken, a circle of wholeness. May these rings mark the beginning of a journey filled with wonder, surprises, and a lifetime of adventures. So now we'll place it on her finger and repeat after me.
Dani, I give you this ring as a sign of my love. And with all that I am and all that I have, I honor you. From this day until forever. With this ring I thee wed.
Brian, I give you this ring as a sign of my love. And with all that I am and all that I have, I honor you. From this day until forever, with this ring, I thee wed.
I'd like to offer this blessing on a beautiful couple. Let us pray. Infinite Spirit, bless Dani and Brian in their marriage from this day and always. Let their life together and the love they share continue to blossom and grow through the years. Bless all of their adventures and help them to remain young and fearless at heart, creating and recreating life, joy, hope, and possibility all along life's journey. Continue to bless them through the gifts of loving family and friends and caring communities, and may their own beautiful compassion, kindness, sense of fairness, and open-hearted love spread far and wide, transforming the lives of everyone they touch. Now to all of you with Dani and Brian, make love your aim. Bear witness to the love of God in this world, so that those to whom love is a stranger will find in you generous friends. And now may the blessing of divine wisdom, beauty, truth, and love be poured out upon you all from this day forth and forevermore. Amen. Now that Brian and Dani have given themselves to each other through their vows, their beautiful vows, with the joining of hands and the giving and receiving of rings, I announce to you that they are husband and wife. Brian and Dani, you may kiss. Make sure you have your flowers. Families and friends, ladies and gentlemen and children, I present to you Brian and Dani.
Maybe I think you're cute and funny. Maybe I wanna do what bunnies do with you. If you know what I mean. Oh, let's get rich and carry tones in summer France. Let's get rich and give everybody nice sweaters and teach them how to dance. Let's get rich and build a house all about making everybody like it. Way up there, you and I, you and I.
When you might be out of control.
Hi, Allie.
But baby, how
And all immediate family is going to be asked.
help you read those books if you were seeing my movie books and we put some on the shelf.
Oh no.
Let's